sucks a bit, but what can you do? Yeah, a bit. Want to stand up? Hey everyone. Today basically what I thought we'd do is test out the minimum temperature limit for the Specialized 2021 Turbo Levo. The only way I could think to do this was go up the local mountain. It's -3 degrees up there at the moment, reportedly. And snowing. As you can see, there's quite a bit of snow, so presumably it will feel colder for the bike. I haven't really found anything online regarding how cold it can go. But hopefully we make it, really. I reckon I'll give out before the bike, to be honest. Fingers crossed. Just a bit of a clarification. When I say -3 degrees, that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I think that's about -27 degrees Fahrenheit. When I say I think, I just Googled it, so I sort of know. I can't do the conversion in my head. The problem that we might face today, though, is that I'm recording these videos on my phone. I've got a Sony Action Cam, an older one. I'm not really a fan of it. You can't do chest mounted stuff or anything, so it's a bit more hassle than it's worth. I'm in the process of getting something else, but my phone that I have, I've got a S20 Samsung. Basically, it's rated to 0 degrees Celsius before you get into unknown territory, or about 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to be pushing the envelope a bit. Hopefully we can still record, because that'll be awkward. If I can't record, then this video probably won't happen, and this won't see the light of day, so fingers crossed. Now, for whatever reason it may be, in my great wisdom, I have decided not to wear any leg warmers. I'm sure I'll come to regret this majorly. I've already regretted it. Like, we've been riding for 30 seconds from the trail head, and it's shit already. So I have waited for this day. The last week it's been quite a bit of snow, quite a bit of bad weather, and today's the first day we've had where it's reasonably nice, but the snow's still there. So fingers crossed that it stays that way and the weather doesn't change. My bike's already dirty, I'm already wet, I'm already cold. We're like, what, 300 meters up the climb out of maybe, it's a 1200 meter climb, so we're a quarter in and I'm already regretting life. But I do it for you. I do it for you guys. We've got the wind coming in now, so apologies if it's a bit windy. But it's getting a bit cold up there. Actually, it's getting a bit cold here. While we're here, we may as well do some a little bit of trail riding before we keep going. So, apologies for not having that action camera with me. It's almost a bit too windy to actually do any jumps. Oh well. Look at this. This is the Tasmanian poster boy for mountain bike trails. It's you'll see photos of Derby in the northeast of Tasmania and see all this lush forest, but it's like it everywhere. It really is. This is what I've gone 600 meters in elevation from the center of Hobart, the the main city in Tasmania. And in terms of distance, I've ridden what, 5 kilometers to get here? Maybe 8. It's just breathtaking. Like, it's unreal. It really is surreal, the environment here. Love it. In saying that, we are at what, 600 meters elevation, and we don't have snow yet, and it is cold, but it's just like normal cold. So onwards and upwards. We've got snow. Yesterday, so we're what, like 20 meters higher than when I last told you there was no snow. Yesterday we had snow down to 200 meters elevation. Today we're at what, 650 now, and most of it's washed away, but banking on it being at the top. Well, we saw it before, it is at the top, it's just how much. There's a fair bit of snow here, actually, but in a tragic turn of events, my pedals broke. Look at this. It's cactus. So this might be it. Can't believe it. I ripped off. So it's about 1 degree right here at the moment. I've got the seat down because I was struggling to ride up. I needed more traction, and it was better. It was better with the weight, extra weight on the back. But no, now my pedal's cooked. It might be time to consolidate my losses and turn around. Such a beautiful day though. Devastating. Absolutely devastated. I guess the lessons we've learnt here are nothing we didn't already know, actually. I'm a bit of a scientist myself. The bike can withstand 1 degree fine, but the pedal cannot. My phone's fine, everything's fine. My legs are actually even fine, believe it or not. This sun, even though around me's 1 degree, that sun is like a balmy 18. The rays, in the shade it's freezing though. So yeah, I guess we head back down and assess the situation. Another problem, another bad thing in the book of bad luck for today's video. Instead of testing the card, we're sort of testing the bike, I think. Pedal broke, and now this. The whole thing's loose. I've had this bike for what, a week and a half? And I didn't go over it because naturally the shop built it up for me, but what do you know, so I probably have to go home and tighten that now. I can't tighten it with what I've got on me because I'm unprepared, but at the same time I'm not really prepared for that. So yeah, I guess that cuts the trail riding short a bit too. Straight back to the car to preserve the bike. So that was a bit of a flop. I don't know if this video is even going to see the light of day, really, unless something interesting happens. Like I crashed the car on the way home. I don't know. I didn't die on the way home. I didn't crash the car, but I have found something interesting to make this video worthwhile. Potential issues with the Turbo Levo, the 2021 version. I've just washed the bike now, as you can see, and we'll get into some issues. So this one goes out to the guy who jokingly said my next video would be about bike washing, because here we are, bike washing. Don't joke, because it becomes very real very quick. I use for that guy, if you're wondering, I use CT18. It's a super wash, truck wash sort of thing for cars. It's heavy duty. It's great. It's great. I love it. You just got to wash it all off, because otherwise, I don't know, it might do some bad stuff to your bike. But basically, what I found was happening in the drive home. So we've got our little switch here for those who don't know, and basically, you hold it down and it turns on. What I found was happening in the car on the way home, I could hear it, and I suspected it, but when I got here, I could actually check once I get out of the car. But the mud, which is covering this, was actually turning that on. So I'm not quite sure how that works, because it is a button that you do have to press. You don't have to press it that hard, but nonetheless, it's a button. And then when I was washing the bike, and the mud was sort of sitting here with the soap, that was also triggering it to turn on. So I think it turned on 3 times, knowingly, well, with me knowing it turned on, but without actually actioning it, which is something to take note of, because I feel like it could drain the battery without you knowing. I do suspect that this has an auto turn off for periods of inactivity, but I haven't tested that. But I would suspect that. So that's the first thing we found. Now the second thing we found was down here in the little charging area. So basically, you pop this open, and this is where your charging cable goes. Now, what is interesting to me is that there's all this crap inside. Look, that's a whole leaf. That's a whole leaf, which ended up in this supposedly watertight area. It is meant to be watertight. I've just washed the bike, and as you can see, it isn't. Jump forward to a different cut because I had to clean the lens because I touched it or something. Yeah, look at all that water. It's terrible. And on here, look at that. Keep connector clean and dry. The connector itself is not wet, but there is mud on it, so I suspect it has been wet from riding. In there, you can see the mud that's in there. Again, no, there is a bit of moisture. There is a bit of moisture around the rim. I don't know what to do about this. Also, if you look at these little lights here, you can see these are the indicators for how charged your bike is. You can see the top 3 of the 4 have fogged up internally from moisture. So this is actually really interesting, because I mean, I don't know, the water is obviously coming in through there, but it is meant to be watertight. That's one of the big things about this. So I'm gonna have to dry this now and figure out the next step. So not all is lost. We've got a positive from a negative, in a positive in a negative sort of way. What a roller coaster of a video. Don't even know what I'm going to call it. But I think we do need to address the issue with that charging port, because long term I don't think that's, well, it's not feasible long term, surely. If you're not meant to get moisture in there, and then every time you wash the bike or go for a wet ride, there is moisture getting in, and that is an issue. So I guess just just be wary. Just be wary. See you on the next video. Be sure to subscribe to get more content. What that content is, I don't know, but presuming you wanted to see the minimum temperature limit of this bike, I guess eventually we'll get around to doing that. Fingers crossed.